And we are live. All right.
I'll
Let's
share it
share
in
it
the
in.
Discord.
Yeah, perfect. We'll have some people joining very soon as well. Yeah, I think we're live on Twitter. People will be joining in a second as well. Welcome everyone. Welcome people. How's it going? I see some people trickling in already. It's been 2 weeks. We missed last week. I was away, unfortunately. But it's been a couple of weeks since the last weekly vol. Welcome everyone. We're back again. We're going to be talking about all things related to the craziness in the market, and that starts with, of course, Trump with the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and of course, kind of some of the stuff that's happening in the market. We'll talk about charts. We'll talk about what you should be doing, what we're doing. Of course, as always, nothing is financial advice, and I'm joined today with my co-host, the one and only Mr. Mo. How's it going, sir?
Everything's going well except for the wallets so far. Like the wallets have been getting wrecked.
Yeah. I can understand that. It really does feel like that. I think altcoin market has been tough. The market volatility in general has been pretty brutal, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think let's first of all start off with talking about um, probably like one of the big news stories that we had, which is this. Yesterday, we saw David Sachs, who is the White House AI and crypto guy. Just a few minutes ago, President Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin owned by the federal government that was forfeited as part of criminal or civil asset for proceedings. And this means it will not cost taxpayers a dime. So basically, the 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 Bitcoin that the U.S. government owns at the moment, which is about 200,000 Bitcoin, which I believe is a 18, is it 18 billion or something like that? That's part of this Bitcoin reserve now as well. So the taxpayers aren't, having to pay anything for this whatsoever. The US will not sell any Bitcoin deposited into the reserve. It's a store of value. So this is really, really good. This is actually very bullish, I think.
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
they're trying to create this digital gold. Sorry, Mo, you're going to say something.
No. I just said like yeah, it's very bullish.
Yeah. I thought it was very bullish. And they then said that in the past, like selling Bitcoin that the U.S. government like owned, like cost the taxpayers over 17 billion in lost value, and now they basically have a strategy to maximize the value of its holdings, which is really, really good. Um, Now, here's the interesting thing: the secretaries of Treasury and Commerce are authorized to develop budget neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin, provided these strategies have no incremental cost on American taxpayers. So I'm really interested to see, like, what do they mean by this? What sort of strategies will they do to add more Bitcoin into the reserve? That will be interesting to see, um, because they say they won't be acquiring additional assets beyond those obtained
Yeah.
by forfeit proceedings. So I think anything that the U.S. government are able to take, whether it's from crime or whether it's from whatever kind of actions that they take, um, they'll be able to keep those bitcoins, but they won't be necessarily buying it themselves. So they won't be
Yeah. I
necessarily.
genuinely wonder like how will they be getting more Bitcoin if it's not from like confiscating other people's Bitcoin?
Yeah, well, that's probably what it will be, right? It'll be seizing Bitcoin that comes
Yeah.
from criminal activity, for example. But then they do say, that really interesting thing. If they develop budget neutral strategies, they can acquire additional Bitcoin. So
Mm.
let's see.
It will be
Look, they,
interesting.
they they want to make US the crypto capital of the world, which I think is good. Um, and yeah, it's
They're not
signed.
doing that so far.
The funniest thing was Michael Saylor's reply underneath saying, "I have a few budget neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin." I'm guessing Saylor's referring to getting debt and leveraging up and borrowing and buying more Bitcoin, which is really, 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 really fun.
Yeah.
Um, What I mean, would they ever do something like eliminating capital gains on crypto? That would be huge, right? But in
Yeah, I think that
general,
would send it to 150K immediately.
yeah. But in general, people have like a lot of the sentiment was bad. I mean, look, someone saying, "Oh dear, the government will not acquire additional assets for the stockpile beyond those obtained through forfeit proceedings." I mean, people. The comments are generally. Here's him, by the way, signing it. By the way, um, but yeah, it seems like yeah. To sum it up, this reserve existed before Trump took office, and nothing new has been or will be done. People are kind of upset about it. I think a lot of people had it in their mind that the U.S. government would actually be buying Bitcoin, uh, but they're not. But they're not. Uh, let's see what they do with it. I think I'm really really interested. Um, yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, how's it going, guys? Alpha's joined. Dexter's here. Lena is here. How are you all, guys? Magic Jammer is here. Welcome, welcome, sir. We got the usual suspects in the house, which is good to see. Magic
the
Jammer says
traders.
they've seized quite a bit, and they are about to learn quite a few more acquisition strategies. Maybe one of them might be selling options against your Bitcoin on IVX. Selling some covered call, add some extra revenue. Maybe it's providing some liquidity, lending out your Bitcoin. I don't think they're going to do that, but that's a nice way to add some additional extra Bitcoin to the reserve. No, yeah,
But is it doable with their size, like 200K Bitcoin?
no, it's not doable. It's not. It's not. 200K
Mm,
Bitcoin really, really, really is a lot. It really is a lot. Um, Yeah, are there any kind of second order like effects from this strategic Bitcoin reserve? Everyone seems to be a little bit bearish about it, and maybe let's first of all look at kind of how Bitcoin reacted yesterday, because I thought it was really really interesting. I mean, we all know exactly what candle this was all announced at. We were doing pretty well. We were at what 91K. Was it around here? And we bled all the way down to
yeah,
84K. It was,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
This happened in an hour. I mean, if I zoom in on like a 10-minute chart, you can see it even more clearly here. I mean, look at this. 90K, we were
91K and then like
91K.
85.
Yeah, I mean, in 1 hour, 45 minutes, we were down 7%. But the recovery since that point's been pretty nice, up 5.5% since that point onwards. Do you think this was just panic? I think it was anyway, because people just looked at the headline, saw, oh, there's not going to be any additional Bitcoin added, like they're not going to be actively buying Bitcoin. Oh, this is a sell the news. Boom, down we go. I feel like that's kind of what it was like anyway.
Yeah, it, it was a bit scary because like I was up at that time and I saw the market dumping like extremely like in a very aggressive way. But yeah, I think it was like a bit more panic than expected. Like, people panicked, but I'm sure that they will find a way to like acquire more Bitcoin eventually.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is a really, really funny comment from AI Bra. We sold off from the U.S. government when they sold off their Bitcoin. Remember, like back last year, and now we've sold off again when the U.S. government said they are retaining their Bitcoin. Make that make sense, you know? I
Uh,
love that comment. Um, yeah, I'm intrigued to know, like, kind of, what are some of the second order effects that come from this. I do think there is something interesting here. Look, I mean, now there's I think it's about 18 billion. Let me do the maths. Let me just figure it out. Make sure I got it right. 200,000 times by 90K. Yeah, it's 18 bill, 18 bill. So the US government have 18 bill, and that's not hitting the market. Like that's 18 bill of sell pressure or supply overhang removed, right?
yeah,
Um, there will be some sort of additional supply added, right? Whether it comes from like seizures or crime or whatever, right? in due time, right? So there will be more added. Do you think that US states as well, like individually follow suit and like establish their own strategic Bitcoin reserve? That, I mean, could that be something? Could other
Potentially.
nation states follow? Is the United Kingdom going to do the same? What about other European
I doubt,
countries?
I doubt the European countries do it, but I think like the next country to probably do it would be like maybe UAE or Singapore.
Hey, look, maybe. I mean, look, here is look. I'll share this, right. The UK government is actually fairly crypto pro. This is the actual UK government website. Government sets out plan to make UK a global crypto asset tech hub. Maybe this could be a thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see, but what were the other countries that you said, Mo?
Singapore,
Singapore,
UAE,
UAE, yeah.
probably like Russia.
Yeah.
Uh,
And if one of those countries, any day, right? Let's say next week, in 1 month's time, in 6 months' time, the day that they announce it, like that news is not priced in the market right now,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that
Like
would be a
the
huge
the
catalyst,
Amer-
right?
like the US news is already priced in. Like everybody's talking about it for like months. But
Yeah,
if Singapore, for instance, announce it, or Russia or UAE, it will definitely like pump the price up. And like an extra country doing it is gonna be like it will have a chain effect on other countries.
yeah. So I mean, look, Magic Jammer says Texas just did, right? So that means U.S. states. We probably could get like other countries potentially, and on top of that, what if you get sovereign wealth funds as well? If they do it, then man, this could be really, really big. What about like big corporations or establishments in the U.S. now? What if Apple and Microsoft and Google and all of these, Facebook or Meta and all these other companies start doing the same as well? I mean, maybe they do have some already, but like, what if now that the US has just made it normal? It's like a yes to crypto, isn't it? Like, even if they're not necessarily buying crypto or buying Bitcoin per se, they've basically just normalized it so that everyone should basically own some, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I
I've
feel
got
like
said North Korea.
they've got enough ETH on their hands right now, haven't they? Maybe they need some Bitcoin to add to it. I don't know. Um, but like, yeah, I think this could actually be like a pretty big thing going forward. Someone tweeted something about it, which was like along the lines of, all right, you remember when the Bitcoin ETF got announced? When was it exactly?
Uh, I think around September or August 2023.
Uh, September, or was it October 2023? I can't remember when it was. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is you remember when the BTC ETF got announced, right? Do you remember
Yeah.
it pumped and then it retraced and then it went flat for a little while and then it's giga pumped afterwards?
Oh, so you mean the January?
Yeah. I can't remember when it was exactly. Maybe it
January,
was
January.
January. Yeah, maybe it was. Right? What if the same thing is about to happen here as well with the strategic reserve, where like we don't really know what's going to happen. There's a bit of upside volatility, a bit of downside volatility. Look at this, like, and then all of a sudden, everyone understands like the second order effects of this, and then we just gigapump.
Yeah.
Am I being too bullish here, or like tell me if I need to be a bit more rational? But
No,
like,
no, no. I'm bullish. I'm bullish. Still bullish.
the question is now, I tweeted yesterday, like, just as soon as the news came out, 72K BTC. Just that was on that first dip to 84K. I didn't expect things to correct so quickly. Um, But like, how do you see things going? Like in the next couple of weeks now. I mean, this is the weekly. The weekly look ugly to me. Like really, really
No,
ugly.
I think it looks good, to be honest.
Okay, tell me, Mo. Tell me, like, with all of your TA expertise, how, in what
I'm
world
no
does this
I'm no
chart look?
expert in PA, but
In
like
what?
you
Tell me
see these
how
big
can I
wicks,
interpret this as bullish? This
like
to me
these big
is
wicks.
McDonald's. McDonald's. We're all gonna put our McDonald's hat on.
It's
Mackie
still not
D's.
McDonald's. It's still not McDonald's because we still didn't lose it. We want to see the weekly close.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Let's see the weekly close, right?
But like
Let's see the weekly.
the last two weekly wicks, like they're very bullish. Like they tried to send it to 78 and it got bought way back up. Like this is bullish in
True.
my opinion.
It's like the buyers are stepping in to save the candle, right?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
like
how what?
remember the guy that long $200 million on Hyperliquid?
Yeah.
He changed his display name to March 7th, which is today.
No, no,
Yeah,
really? Okay. We'll talk about March 7th in a bit because I think this is a huge, huge like thing.
and there's
Well,
also like some news data that come out in 5 minutes, like the unemployment rate, non-farm payroll, like all this stuff, and I want to watch it on the 1 minute chart.
all right. Well, let's watch it on the 1 minute chart. Go on then. We'll watch it on the one
It's
minute
in
chart.
5 minutes, so yeah.
Okay, we'll watch it happen. Do you have the data of like the expected and like what's supposed to come?
Uh, wait, let me open up the data.
Okay. Even on the 1 minute chart, there's still some mad volatility. We're going up like 2% in like half an
Yeah.
hour.
So the average weekly earnings forecast is 0.3%. The previous was 0.5%.
Okay.
The
Okay.
unemployment rate is was 4%, and the forecast is still 4%.
4%. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Non-farm payroll was 143K, and the forecast is 159K. So this will be very interesting. Like I'm very excited to see how the NFP news will come out.
All right. All right. We'll catch it. We'll catch it live.
I think
Are you
5%,
trading it
a
right now,
5%
Mo?
move. No, no, I'm not trading. Like I'm way too deep in the market. I can't add.
Fine. But
But I
yeah,
do expect like a 5% move.
a 5% move. You mean up or
Yeah,
down? Like either way.
either way.
No, I don't think it's that
Some
one. Fair.
volatility, like just buy volatility. Also, change the chart, man. Stop using Coinbase.
Oh,
This
what
is bad.
you prefer the Binance chart?
Yeah, USDT. Yeah,
Okay.
USDT, not USD.
Oh yeah. Why do you like this chart so much more?
It's cleaner.
Has the
It's
most
cleaner.
volume. Has the most volume?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fine. Let's see. Yeah, let's see kind of how this goes. I don't think there's going to be that much volatility. I think there'll be a little bit, but it's not going to be 5%. 5%'s nuts. 5%'s like double what this whole screen is right now. So I guess we'll find out soon. Okay.
It can move like 2.5% down, then back up.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So we talked about like the actual strategic Bitcoin reserve. I gave some of my thoughts on, let's say if we see other nation states or other US states or sovereign wealth funds or other organizations or businesses kind of add to Bitcoin now because the US has basically made it normal to do it. I mean, it's pretty good. Lots of people say, "Oh, this." I mean, here's a tweet that I just found. Right. You might like this one. Uh, the market is full of the strategic reserve announcement was as bullish as it gets. Market makers are messing with us all again. Everyone is running scared again. Read what has been said. The largest economy in the world just validated Bitcoin as a reserve asset. They promised not to sell any other seized asset and put them in a stockpile. And they have given the green light for states to buy more Bitcoin with budget neutral strategies.
It's bullish. It's
You're right.
bullish.
It is bullish. It is bullish. And then I see I see tweets like this, right? Hansoller tweeted this, which I found very, very interesting. So the market expectation is strictly no selling of Bitcoin from the strategic reserve, right? Everything that we've just read right now basically has said that. But in the actual White House mandate, there are conditions in which the BTC can actually be sold. And they are, number one, if it's to be returned to identifiable and verifiable victims of crime, it can be sold to pay for law enforcement operations. It can be sold to buy equitably shared with the state and local law enforcement partners, or be released to satisfy some other requirements, which I don't know. I don't actually know what this means. I
Yeah,
mean, so the Bitcoin can technically be sold,
yeah,
which I feel like maybe some people didn't really pay that much attention to. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. Anyway, how long have we got? We got 1 minute, right, until the payroll data
last
comes in.
20 seconds.
All right, let's see. Let's see. In the meantime, I'm gonna read everyone's comments. I haven't read the comments yet.
Man,
Okay.
we need to buy a call option.
Well, I can buy a
IVX.
call option. I can buy a call option on IVX.
Let's see. Let's see.
Uh, all right, right, right.
What? How did the oh wait,
Oh,
wait,
green candle. Green
wait.
candle.
Okay, now sell it. Sell it.
What was the news outcome?
Wait, let me check. Okay, so uh, so the unemployment rate is 4.1%. The expectations were 4.1%. So this is bad for the dollar.
Yeah,
So this is usually like good for
bullish,
stocks
bullish.
and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see the other news. The average like hourly rate is 0.3%, and the expectations were 0.3%.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think
we got a
it
big
didn't
green
help.
candle. Like the initial green candle was big, but
It's it's
it
not
doesn't
that
seem
big.
it doesn't seem that bullish. It doesn't seem that bullish.
Yeah, the non-farm payroll is was under expectations, which is also bad for the dollar.
Yeah, but how big of an effect was it? I mean, we're putting in a red candle again now.
I think we'll get back to the original level, like
All right. Okay, let's
with
see.
this
Let's see.
intraday volatility. Let's see. But either way,
Okay.
like this is, I think, like we'll see some good volatility heading into the summit. Like the summit is in, I think it's in 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours from now, we'll see some like 1% moves like every few minutes.
Yeah. So okay, let's talk about this now. So we have the uh Trump summit today. Is pretty much on every single news story right now. If you just go on Google and type this in, like every single story has it. The White House crypto summit. Mo, tell us about it. Like, what is the crypto like the White House crypto summit? What's going to happen there? Do you know anything about it, etc.?
Wait, give me a minute. Let me. Someone's at my door. Like, give me a minute.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Okay. In the meantime, maybe I can start talking through it as well. So let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I can find a tweet on it. It would be nice. White House Crypto Summit. All right. This is really nice. Okay, so there's going to be basically a meeting today in the White House, and we are basically going to see a ton of attendees who are big in the space, who include the likes of Michael Saylor, David Sachs, who we just kind of spoke about just now. We've got the co-founder of Paradigm, Multicoin, Carl Samani. We have Sergey from Chainlink, Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, Vlad, the CEO of Robinhood, the CEO of Kraken, like a lot of people kind of coming, and there probably is more than this actually. As far as I'm aware, there is more than this. Let's see if I can find anyone else. Here we go. We got a few more people who are going to be there today, and they're going to have the opportunity to speak at a round table um, with Trump. So you got Trump and all of the other David Sachs, as mentioned. There's also the Ripple guys, Paolo from Tether. There's Kathy Wood from ARK. As far as I'm aware, Charles Hoskinson isn't going to be there. But
I'm
you know,
glad.
apparently there's Anatoly Vitalik, Mark Andreessen, CZ as well. Apparently, I didn't know about CZ as well, but I know that many of the people on this list are going to be there, and they will be talking directly to Trump. What do you think they're going to be
Nice.
talking about, Mo?
But I think they each one will be probably shilling his own coin, like in a non-shilly way. Like they'll be trying to prove a point, maybe trying to onboard like more crypto usage in the government. I don't know.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. Apparently, Charles Hoskinson is going to be there, but I saw him in a video saying that he won't be attending, but he is on this list. Uh, I mean, this is pretty interesting. Look, you've got literally all of the big VCs, what like Mark Andreessen, Multicoin, A16Z. Um, Somehow, you also have Movement Labs and Injective that have somehow been able to get themselves in this cabal. Uh, Good for them, I guess. I find that quite funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I think that they will probably be looking to shill their bags a little bit. Um,
yeah, it's gonna be more favorable for the like US coins,
I mean,
XRP
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. It
mainly.
seems like
Yeah.
pretty much all of these are pretty much all of these are like US based companies, like I don't know, Cardano or
Binance?
Solana, Binance. Oh yeah, Binance
Is,
isn't, but CZ
I
is
don't think
somehow.
Binance is
CZ has apparently got an invite. I'm not sure.
because
But
he's
yeah, no, I
CZ.
do. Say again, sorry.
Because he's CZ.
Yeah, because he's CZ. I guess he's not even part of Binance anymore, right? He's just
Yeah,
CZ.
true, true.
So yeah, the question is who's gonna be able to persuade or push Trump, that little bit further. Uh I not gonna lie, I think it is like pretty bullish, like that all of these guys are gonna get a chance to actually speak with Trump. The question is like what these guys, firstly, do these guys represent our industry well enough, do you reckon?
Mm, nah, or maybe. I don't know. Like some of them do, but others definitely don't.
Okay. As long as like there's some representation, right? Whether because you have Brian Armstrong, you have some of the big VCs, you have
Yeah, I like Brian. I think he's good for the ecosystem.
yeah. And then you have like some of the founders of these different chains as well going as well, like Solana, Anatoly,
What's
Vitalik.
movement doing there?
I mean,
Smokey
somehow,
should have gone.
yeah, but Smokey would have to take his bare head off, I don't think he'd be able to walk into the White House with that on. Um, who's going to have the biggest influence out of all of these people? Do you think some of these guys like Injective or the Move founders, Cooper, do you think they're gonna somehow like be able to have some influence for Trump to do something? I agree with you. I think it's wild that some that those guys have been able to get themselves in.
Mm, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Either way, I think this opens up like an interesting possibility where perhaps US coins might be interesting to trade, like volatility wise, maybe both up and down.
Yeah, man, we want options. Like, just give us the options, man.
I think even with perps, I think it's going to be really interesting to potentially trade these kinds of coins. Let me see if I can find something. I went on CoinGecko before, and there's new category which is like getting like a lot of popularity. It's this. Someone made a new category called Top Made in the USA Coins. So it basically has like all of the US coins that you basically need to keep on your radar, whether it's XRP, Solana, ADA, Link, HBAR, Stellar, Lumens, some of these other ones, Uniswap, some of these other ones. I think some of them are inaccurate. I'm pretty sure Story Protocol is not based in the US. But many of the others might be. Jito, for example, like maybe these could be coins that are worth trading over the next 24 hours, especially the ones on the top, like
Yeah,
Chainlink and ADA and
the top
XRP,
top 20
Solana,
coins,
etc.
top 20 coins.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued to know, with this top made in the USA coins by market cap. Yeah, I'm intrigued to know like how volatile these are going to be, and if they create some good trading opportunities. I mean, yeah, let's see. It looks like like Move and Sui are trending as well, which is interesting. Um, I know that the Sui and Move both got added to World Libertyfy.
Yeah,
Like
I
they
saw.
did some sort of deal with them. I can't remember what it was exactly, but yeah, US coins are seem pretty interesting right now.
Yeah, they're booming.
The interesting thing is like Bitcoin now, like now at 90K again, like doesn't seem like it's doing that bad overall in the grand scheme of things, right? We were at 107K. Okay, sure, we're down to 90K, but like that's not a huge drawdown actually in the grand scheme. But everything else is down so bad. I mean, look at the ETH chart, for example. Like this is like one of the worst charts I've ever seen. Um, it's horrible looking chart. I mean, it's the thing is, right? It's just capitulation, and it
It's
just keeps
just a
bleeding.
slow
I mean,
bleed.
since December, uh, 2024, we're now in March 2025, and like there's just no escape for ETH at all. Like it's been brutal. It's been very brutal. Um, I mean, what do you do if you're in this position now? We're down 46% in like less than 3 months, 80 days. Is this like why are we seeing like such a brutal collapse on alts when like Bitcoin is still okay, it's doing all right?
Probably because alts have like continuous outflows, while Bitcoin constantly has like continuous inflows, like from Sailor, from governments, like all this stuff.
So the question is like, are we in a new paradigm where there is no bear market for Bitcoin anymore, but are we in a bear market for everything else in the alt market?
Mm,
What do you think?
like I wouldn't completely remove the thought of Bitcoin bear market, but I would say like if there were to happen a Bitcoin bear market, it would like have very little impact as compared to before. Like you wouldn't see
Yeah,
big drawdowns on Bitcoin.
but like, is a lot of the damage on something like ETH done already? Like,
Send it to
it's
1K
at
already.
2K. I mean, if it's at 1K, like it's not a case of like we're in a bear market. The bear market has happened already. If we get to 1K, surely, no?
Yeah, yeah.
It's an interesting one for sure. I think, I mean, just looking at the comments, Magic Jammer says ETH looks so sad. ETH BTC all time low. Lena with some straight faces definitely doesn't look very happy there. And
She definitely.
and Prof as well saying, it ain't all season, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting one. Like, if you had to give a percentage of like how likely you think the cycle is over, what would you say that percentage is?
Mm, I'd say 60% we're gonna get back, and 40% we won't.
Okay, so actually, you still think that the cycle's not over, aka all-time highs are still to
All time
come.
high for Bitcoin. I don't know about ETH or alts,
Okay,
but
that's a tricky one.
definitely like new alts will definitely get all time
New
highs, like
alts, yeah, sure.
Bera, Kaito,
Okay,
Story Protocol.
yeah. But yeah, maybe the question is then with something like ETH, what like do no, A, number one, would you ever buy this? B, if you would buy it, where do you think something like this can even go? Because it's not going to go back. It's not going to go to all time high. I mean, I firmly believe that for ETH to go back to all time high, it's a bit of a mission. I mean, for ETH to go back to all time high from here, it's 120% gain. As much as I would love to see this happen, I mean, I'm not sure it's going to happen if I'm being
It
honest.
could maybe if Bitcoin like runs up extremely high, like 150, 200.
Yeah, but Bitcoin already did run up extremely high from 15K to
Yeah,
107K, and ETH is at the same price as what it was like in the bear market.
yeah, true, true. I don't. This is bad. This is bad.
Most percentages are changing in real time as we talk. Um, look, Sol had its big wave as well, and Solver's got crushed really, really badly as well. I mean, um,
Yeah,
I think we talked about like the difficulties with 7 attempts, at this kind of 260 range. This is the daily chart. We did hit 290, of course,
man.
but
But like
we pulled back
the
the same day.
Sunday and Monday candle, man. This is disgusting. Disgusting.
Oh yeah, yeah. Talk me through
Filthy,
like what happened here. We forgot to mention this at all. We completely forgot to talk about
bro.
this.
I have nothing to say. This is crime.
So yeah, there was an announcement that like there would be plans for, was it for the crypto
Yeah, yeah,
reserve
yeah.
as well, that
And
like
they
the
added
US would be
XRP,
interested in
Solana, Cardano.
XRP, Solana, Cardano, and everyone was like, "Where the hell is ETH? Where the hell is ETH?" They announced this. Every market basically was pumping like crazy. It felt like the bull market was back, only for us to have a huge red candle the next day. I mean, why did this happen? Why did we just drop 30% like instantly the day after?
I think it was because of the EU tariffs.
Yeah.
Man, I tried longing. I longed 160 and 150. I'm getting wrecked, man. I'm getting wrecked.
I mean, people say that this is a market where you can't long term hold anything, right? You just get absolutely wrecked if you decide to long term hold anything. But even as a trader as well, this is incredibly difficult because, like, if you're using things like TA, sure, you can do okay, but like all it takes is like one announcement from Trump which just comes out of nowhere, like for example what we just saw with firstly the announcement of these assets potentially being incorporated, and then the day after with tariffs, and you get these huge like crazy kind. I mean,
Mev,
this looks like you've been
yeah,
MEV sandwiched attacked on a meme coin. In my opinion, this is, when I look at this is like pure sandwich
yeah.
attack. Uh, it's crazy to see this on a chart like this. This market just never ever fails to surprise me. Honestly, that's the truth. I never ever am surprised. Like, this is just a madness, a madness. Um, yeah. Do you think there's a chance that something like Sol can go back to all-time highs again, or do you think again something like this is cooked?
I think so. I think so. Like all time is doable.
Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. What do you guys think? Those of you who are watching, is something like Sol like gonna get to all-time high this cycle? When I say this cycle, I mean this year, really. Um, what do you guys think? Is it possible? I mean, we talked before how I personally feel like it's a bit tricky for something like ETH to get to all-time highs. It's 120% from here. Something like Seoul is 80% from here. Sure, yeah, it's doable, but like, what are the likely? I mean, do you think this is likely, or do you think the move's been done here? I don't know. I personally don't know. And I think it's just something that I personally will be evaluating every single day. But yeah, I'm intrigued to know what you guys think. Yeah, like as a prof, mentions, everyone in the salt ecosystem's been rinsed pretty badly. Is there any reason for anyone to actively go and buy Sol right now, given the fact that the trenches aren't alive? You should say the trenches are kind of dead. Yeah, let's see. I think let's talk about our favorite asset at the moment, which of course is going to be Bera. Um, let me zoom in the chart a little bit. This is the daily chart. We'll have a look at the 4 hour, I think. It's been holding up okay, I'd say. Like holding up okay. I wouldn't say it's been the best. I think the move from Sunday, that big red candle that we saw all the way into Tuesday was really, really bad, actually. There was no relief. It was just straight down. I mean, we went from 9.2 to 6.04 or something like that. 35% down in like literally 2 days straight without any bounces whatsoever. This was pretty brutal. Mo, I remember me and you were talking about it a little bit. Like, how did you feel about this move down?
It was very bad. Like seeing it dump continuously without any pullback. Like, it was difficult to see. Even I was shocked that it was
Yeah,
happening. Like I have no idea why this was specifically happening to Bera.
but it's been holding up okay relatively since that point onwards, and now we're under this like point, like 6.9 is like such a critical part to get over, and I think if we don't have the strength to get over this, then I would expect us to go down a little bit more. And look, one of the reasons why I look at this and I'm like, look, the Bulls, they've tried multiple times to kind of get us over, what here, quite 3-4 attempts here. And then we went back down. And then, eventually we're able to pull back up and then kind of hit the highs there. And similarly, a similar thing is happening here where, look, we're trying again here, we're trying again here, we're trying again here. Perhaps we do just pull back again a little bit more and we have another attempt at it and then we finally break it. I think the more times that we fail to break this 6.9 mark and get back up above $7, the more likely I think something like this happens. So I'll be evaluating it quite closely. I think if we do kind of break above 7 again, for me it's a clear sign to long Bera. I probably would be keen on longing Bera here and then kind of riding it up again as a trade anyway. But yeah, if we don't, then I would expect us to fall back
Yeah,
down. So and follow something like this. What do you think, Mo?
I think the same as well. I think $6 has been holding up very nicely. Uh,
Yeah, it's 6.9. And yeah, it had to be that number, right? Like of all numbers, it had to be $6.9.
yeah,
And yeah, I think Prof says probably huge support at 4.2 as well.
I think we'll get back to $9 soon.
Yeah. We have lots of positive catalysts coming for the chain, including the advancement of the current apps. A lot of new apps coming, POL for ecosystem, volumes increasing. So yeah, I think fundamentally things look great actually. And yeah, let's see. There are lots of things to consider, but yeah, I think even if you hold spot bearer, there are lots of things that you can do with your asset to make it productive in the meantime. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be from a trader perspective. This is something that I'll be watching very, very closely. I will be looking to trade some perps and hopefully some options on bearer very, very soon as well. We'll have them live for you on IVX in due
Very
time.
soon.
Finalizing some parameters right now, so it'll be with you in due time, and you'll be able to trade with 100x plus leverage. No liquidation with your call options. So that'll be fun. Maybe you want to sell some options as well. A whole range of different things that you could possibly do. It'll be good fun. Cool. I realize we're not that far off the hour mark, so maybe we should look to kind of wrap things up a little bit. Firstly, I ask everyone who's watching, if you have any questions, drop them now. You will try and address them. And Mo, is there anything else that you kind of wanted to cover quickly? Maybe some other charts we can quickly skim through.
Maybe let's take a look at Kaito.
Yeah,
Man,
let's look at
the
Kaito.
funding rates have been insane recently.
Yeah, they really have been. It generally looks quite stable, actually. I'd probably just pull some sort of basic resistance here at 1.43, but otherwise I think actually this looks pretty good.
Yeah,
And maybe
all-time high soon.
if I let's see. I think we're in this zone right now. I think let's break $2 again and see. All-time high is actually I mean, I've zoomed out quite a lot. But all-time high is 80% from here, the same as what Sol needs to hit all-time high,
Yeah, but Kaito is
which
new
is pretty
and has
crazy.
like a lot of mind share.
Yeah, let's see how we go with this range that we're in right now. Yeah, basically something like this. You know, what 1.45 being the bottom and $2 being the top. Yeah, I'm intrigued to follow this. But I mean, if you get near the bottom, anywhere around here, I think would be a good place where I would be interested in possibly opening some longs with an invalidation basically around here. So I could cut my loss there, and I think you got a good ROI on the trade there potentially. That's something that I'd be looking at doing anyway.
Yeah,
Makes sense,
yeah,
right?
and the funding rates have been very
So,
good. Like yesterday, the fund,
yeah, you've been making a lot on the fundings, haven't
yeah,
you?
yesterday my portfolio like gained 2.5% only from funding rates.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
huge, huge, huge.
it was
Very,
paying
very
like
good, very good.
1,000% APR,
Wow, wow, that's
but
huge.
now it went down.
Um, it's gone down, yeah. IP as well. I mean, this one's interesting. Not one that I'm personally looking to trade that much, if I'm being honest. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I'm not the most well versed in IP and the tokenomics and stuff, so I'd probably have to study that a little bit first. But this looks now like it's in a downtrend a little bit to me,
Mm,
like just from pattern recognition.
yeah,
Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high incoming. So maybe you get a bit of a pump from here, but to me, this does look like it's in a clear downtrend right now. Yeah, you could probably put this in a channel, and yeah, maybe see how this one goes. Um,
yeah,
my lines aren't straight, I know, but like yeah, basically something like this, is kind of what I'm thinking. This ends up trading like.
potentially.
I bet it ends up trading like this. I would actually bet that it trades like this. But yeah, let's see, let's see. This one will be interesting. Maybe we go all the way down to like low fours on something like IP, but you might have to be able to withstand a bit of upside because this channel is quite huge. 30% up and down. So yeah. Any other coins that we could look at?
All good on my end.
Maybe there's one last one that we can look at, which I think would be interesting, which is this one. This is Henlo. You know this one very well as well. Went crazy initially. Went first coin in the eco to go to 100 million. Dumped all the way down to 20. Found like some really good buyers around here, and it's been going pretty nuts since that point. Over the last 2 days, it's stabilized a little bit between 42 and 58 million. But yeah, this one's pretty interesting. We know Gianni quite well. Are you looking to trade this? And if so, like, where would you be buying and where would you be selling,
I
or are you
I
just
bought
kind of spot on?
I bought like
You bought, yeah,
I bought around 30 million market cap, and I think this will
yeah. I
get
mean,
I think this will hit an all-time high fairly easily.
you done well. Yeah. You done well. You done well. I think the metrics all look pretty good.
Yeah,
I was hoping that this would retest the bottom again before going up, but it didn't seem like it. And the metrics just seem so strong. So it might be a case of just dollar cost average into something like this if you want exposure to it.
yeah. Do you think it hits all-time high?
Yeah, I think it's definitely doable. Yeah, but I think with all of these coins, it just comes down to market conditions. It comes down to bearer. It comes down to a whole range of different things. So it's hard for me to just say like, oh yeah, it'll go easily to all-time high or not. There are lots of other variables to consider, but yeah, if you trust in Journey and the Honey Jar and their validators and all of the other power that they have, sure, why not?
Mm.
Why not? Right. We're approaching the hour mark. I didn't see any other questions. I think Magic Jammer asked for sweep ups on IVX. We could make that happen. I think we can make that happen. Let's add some drips into IVX for sure. Yeah. Otherwise, nothing else on my side that we'll cover today. I just want to say thank you to everyone who joined. Have a play around with IVX. You can go to ivx.fi and start trading there yourself. We're live on BearaChain, and you can play around and trade some of the assets that we just talked about. We will be adding more assets, hopefully later today. So that's the alpha that we'll share with all of you guys who managed to watch to the very end. Devs are working on it right now. Hopefully it's today. Fingers crossed. So yeah, if that happens, fantastic. We've got some more assets for you guys. Otherwise, thank you for spending time with us, and we will catch you again next week.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Mo.